Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, founder of Option Pit, and this is the Vol Report. Reminder, this is for education purpose only. Shouldn't be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Well, with all the controversy around yesterday's craziness, not surprising, we've got a little bit of aftershocks in the overall marketplace from the kind of that crazy VIX blow up that we saw on the open yesterday. VX, you can see the market is off a little bit, but what's driving the market lower? Take a look at Apple. It's down almost 2%. That is a huge driver of what's happened in the S&P. The other one is Procter & Gamble, which is a big piece, and they're down 5%. So you take two of the top 10 stocks and sell them off big, and what do you get? You get some ugliness. We are seeing oil had been such a leader. USO is up, but we're seeing a little bit of back off in XLE today. Despite the fact that I continue to like energy, but my opinion aside, we're seeing XLE off a little bit. And, that's not the end of the world. But, there's definitely finally some action in XOM and in CVX. We've been playing a kind of this game around earnings with XOM, and we're relatively pleased with what we've gotten out of it. Because they were willing to give us the earnings for too cheap, was what it came down to, and that has worked to our favor. I still think earnings are too cheap. You can buy next week for 23%. I think that premium is way too cheap, and I like owning it. In fact, across the board, as I look at the market, look at Amazon. It's up $31. You're not going to see a day with Amazon up $31 and Apple staying as low as it is. I think Apple's going to find a buyer, and so will Procter. Maybe not Procter & Gamble. They have other issues, but Apple will find a buyer. And you can see the financials do, in fact, have a bid on them after being kind of sold off at the end of the day yesterday. So the financials look stronger today. Amazon looks stronger today. Apple does not, but I think Apple will catch a bid. You can see the index is really being driven by Apple, but the rest of the FANG stocks look pretty good. Google's flat, about as flat as you can get. Facebook's doing nothing. Meanwhile, we're kind of watch Apple, I think, move higher, and some of these other big names, Chevron and Exxon move higher. I like energy and oil. I think there's a strong bid under oil. I think you're going to see the S&P catch a bid as the day rolls through. I would not be a big vol buyer here. Because really, even with this big move, we've not seen the VIX futures do a lot. They're trading 1670. They're up about 15 cents. That's not a big move, especially since, we were down 16 points. My gut, and I think this is kind of the big call, I don't think we'll see another 1% move day, possibly for the rest of April. And we will probably see the market in a tight range. I think you're going to see Apple get bought here. And I think you're going to see the VIX flat to almost flat on the day. And probably the S&P somewhere near flat. That's the way I think things are lining up. I would not be, the way the market has been, we had a nice little test at that right near trying to test that 50-day moving average. I think they bought it, and there is not really much of a bid for options outside of that little test. All right, folks. You got questions? You can email me marketoptionpit.com or you can call me 888-TRADE-01. Have a great morning.